experience with the Leadership Institute this week was phenomenal, and just seeing what it really means to be a part of this organization. It's very surreal to realize we all face the same issues and that we are all the best agents to solve each other's problems.
Even though we've been around for 126 years, the most valuable thing I learned this week would definitely be there's still things that we can work on to improve.
The head ritualist came in and he talked about our ritual and how much our values are in it, and like how much that we can live every single day through our values and through our ritual.
I know one issue we've been having is with our ritual. Just over time we tend to lose little things, and also put more of an emphasis on just learning the facts as opposed to actually thinking back to the way the Mortal Six wanted it to be done and learning the reasons behind everything.
The most valuable thing I think that I learned this week at the Leadership Institute would be the action plan. In my chapter, we have a habit of jumping from different stages in the action plan, then going through it the way that the detailed course shows how to go through it.
Most valuable thing would probably have to be the model for change and learning how people respond to it.
One of the big things was a lack of vision in my chapter, and it really taught me how to make an action plan, how to be a leader myself, and then how to help my chapter improve for the future.
Learning about initiating change. I know a lot of times our guys will come up with really good ideas, but they won't communicate them well, they won't communicate their vision well, and they won't create urgency.
Initially, I came to this institute for a solution, how to solve apathy, and what I was told is that apathy is not the problem. The root of the problem is that the culture that you're surrounding yourself with, that's the problem.
Everyone is experiencing a similar issue or has experienced a similar issue as you. It really added value to the skills we were learning.
Because when you're isolated to your own chapter a lot of the time, you start to think the things you're going through are just you, like you're alone in those issues. But being here and realizing that everyone's either faced them or is facing them right now was a big eye-opener.
And it just made me feel a lot more comfortable knowing that my chapter isn't the only one facing these problems, and that we can all collaborate together, and ultimately we can all reach our own goals and benefit each other individually.
We can learn from other chapters from the way that they do things. And that's one of the secret lessons I got out of this.
Most difficult aspect for me to grasp was the why concept, asking the 5 whys or even more than that.
Really going in depth into thinking about the problems that we have on a deeper level and learning to dig for the root cause rather than just facing the superficial causes that you see in your everyday life.
You kept asking why and why and why, and you kind of get irritated. You're like, I don't know why,
My aha moment was you guys introduced the 8-step process here, and that was a really, really tangible way for me, at least, to finding mechanisms and ways to be a successful leader.
The most difficult aspect was probably learning about competing commitments and what's really stopping you from getting to the goals that you have set forth for your chapter and for your own personal life. You can assess those challenges and you can really overcome them, and you can get to the places that you really plan to be, and as far as your chapter and your own personal life as well.
At the Leadership Institute, I was able to do that. I could lay out all my whys, lay out what exactly is going on, where is it coming from. I can 100% go back to my chapter and communicate it clearly, because before I had a good idea what the problem was, but now I have the whole grasp of it. And I think that was the moment. The most valuable thing I learned was just learning how to be a courageous leader in the first place.
Being a courageous leader through the darkest moments, through the brightest moments, every single day you got to carry yourself and you have to lead by example.
It definitely had a huge impact on the way I see leadership now.
This really teaches you you have to really say what you believe and stand for what you believe.
Because it's one thing to be a leader, but then to elevate that into being a courageous leader, that just takes you to the next level. It just teaches you how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. You can just fight through that adversity, and then you can just overcome the fear and just move forward.